Hello everyone, my name is Balakrishna. Welcome to my YouTube channel Bala Gen AI Telugu and Facebook channels. Today I am going to discuss about AWS AWS Redis. What is the full form of AWS? Amazon Web Services. This is the one cloud provider to use multiple services like EC2 instances, S3 bucket, Amazon SageMaker, Comprehend, Test Track, Cloud Build, Cloud Monitoring, Cloud Watch. These are the services. So many services also there. But in these services, we are able to using Redis. What is the full form of Redis? Remote. RE stands for remote. DA stands for dictionary, and then S stands for server. Remote dictionary server. Now the Redis is the one type of database. It always store the data in terms of dictionary format, like in key value database, mainly used in backend systems. The Redis database is very helpful in backend systems for by caching, session management, real-time data processing, because it delivers extremely fast read-write operations compared to traditional database. Suppose we have so many traditional databases also there, we need to compare with the traditional database to the Redis database. The Redis database is the very extremely fast to write and read the operations. Because of that reason, we need to use a backend performance. Now, why we use, especially why we need to use Redis is in backend? Redis is in backend means, this is the simple definition. Redis is a memory, in-memory data store used in backend systems for caching, sessions, rate limiting, queues, pub/sub, and fast lookups. It improves performance and reduces database load. This is the it is in Redis. The Redis is stored in cache memory, sessions, analytics, pub/sub, queues, and then how many rate limit, how many requests. Rate limit is nothing but it will control the requests per second or 1 minute or hour. How many requests the user is asking, it will able to control the rate limits for a second while a minute. Because of that reason, we will need as a Redis is in backend. Why Redis is used? Why importance of Redis is used? Very fast and read and writes compared with the traditional databases. In memory storage, reduce DB queries, that is in rate limiting helps with scalability. Scalability means, suppose whenever the requests are more, traffic is more, it will increase the memory occupancy. Suppose the traffic is very low, when that time the memory occupancy is very less. That is then helps with scalability. And then common real use cases: catching API response, storing user sessions, and then rate limiting, OTP storages, and then leaderboard and then counters, background job queues, pub/sub notifications. How it works in flow: client, once the client or user is asking any query or send the request, the backend checks. The backend means Redis is there, the backend sessions is there, session state is also there, rate limiting is also there, cache is also there, flows is also there. Everything is stored in the backend in memory store. Now, directly calling the model or somewhat, it will able to fetch the check the backend checks. Redis cache. Then, if the information is available in the Redis cache, it will fetch. It if catch it returns fast. It is easily to fetch from the Redis cache. And then if cache miss, fetch from DB. Simply connect with DB and then fetch the information. Store results in Redis. Now store the results in Redis. Send response to the end user. This is the workflow to creating the Redis from the backend to fetch the information from Redis cache. Otherwise, Once the information is not available in the Redis cache, we need to directly connect with the DB calls. This is the way of now. What are the benefits? What are the benefits using Redis in backend? Lower latency. It is the latency very less compare. Why? Because the information, any one of the information has stored information in the Redis cache. We never search and then hit the DB calls. That's the reason it is the time saving. Because of that reason, the latency is the very less compared with the traditional database models. Now lower DB load. There is no impacting on the directly on the DB. Because of that reason, Redis very fast, and then better throughput, smoother use experience, support real-time systems. What is the best practices? Use TTL, TTL expiration. TTL means uh, and then avoid catching sensitive or stale data, choose proper keys, naming structure, monitor memory usage, use eviction strategy, keep Redis as a support layer, not source for truth of everything. And then when not use simply highly permanent primary relational data, or when stick disk based persistence is only need. Whenever you need to data is in the persistence in the especially stored in the disk, then only we are not able to use in Redis as an backend. These are the limitations. This is the best practices, benefits, how to the work, common reuse cases, why Redis is used, and then simply if any interviewer are asking what is the Redis, why we are using the Redis is in backend, this is the interview short answer. I will explain clearly in detail more on AWS services. If you like this video, like, comment, and then share to your friends as well as family members, and then respective groups. Thank you. Signing off. Balakrishna. Bye bye.